So I'm saying like this. This is where his kashrus to tzaddikim comes in. The pshat is like this. His kashrus to tzaddikim means knowing that there's something higher than you. Of course, you could always say you know that Hashem is higher than you. You know that the Torah is higher than you. But here it was nischadish and inyan, and it could be, it comes from the Baal Shem Tov, and it could be, there must be sources in Chazal to this, that by being machnia yourself to a tzaddik, that there are, first of all, you have to know, there is such a thing as tzaddikim. The Gemara says that Hashem saw tzaddikim are mu'atin, so Omar v'shoslan, he planted them b'chol dor v'dor. He planted tzaddikim in every generation. There are people that are tzaddikim. A tzaddik means, it doesn't mean somebody that learned Qatar. It's much more than somebody who learned Qatar Kula. And he has all the answers to all the questions. And he has a clear day on every subject. And he always knows hapshat, not pshat, but hapshat, the pshat he knows. And he can say opinions on all kinds of subjects. He's very opinionated, and he's never wrong, and he's allowed to break in when other people talk, because he's always right. So, I mean, there's not shaykh to call him a golem, because he's the opinion. So what do you mean he got golem? That's chavero, but it's not chavero. That person is blabbing, is mumbling, and he's saying the opinion, so he's allowed to. There is such a thing. But then tzaddikim is something even higher. Now, I even have a suspicion that these people, they don't even know there could be something higher than that. Why should he be machnia himself to anybody else? He knows all the answers by himself. Yet, there is such a thing. I could be... It's like the story I just heard from Chaim Shapiro, my brother-in-law. Said that somebody once asked, who was it? I forgot who it was. That it's somebody that traveled to maybe I believe Yitzhak Barditchev. So he asked, so the Baal Gola was a frum person. He said, what are you going to him for? You're yourself a Talmid Chacham. So he said, because he doesn't stop, has Shivish Hashem Negdi Tomid in front of his eyes 24 hours a day. So then he asked him, how do you know? So he said, I know. So it's if you know, so you could read people's minds. So what am I thinking now? So tell me what I'm thinking. So he says, you're thinking Shivish Hashem Negdi Tomid. So he answered him, no, I'm not. He said, no, now I understand why I go to Reb Levi Yitzhak. So the pshat is like this. There are people that are just higher. They're higher, that's all. And we have to be machnia ourselves to these people. And by doing that, that has a very strong influence on a person to know that you're not the Odom HaSholem. And that's a tremendous toelis. And that brings a person closer to Hashem. And that helps the Shekhinah rest on a person. Because Anovim, it says, Ani es dako, it says, I'm with the broken people. I mean, that means Aniv, which, and of course we know it's a big, deep chokhmah, what's called Gaiva, what's called Aniv. But this is one of the eitzes, or maybe a very, very iker eitzeh, in being an onav, in breaking Gaiva. Very simple. This to be mevatel yourself to somebody. Now, I was many years ago, I went to Integer Friday night, and I saw the Tish over there, and I saw there's such a thing by them called the shuras, the rows. They're squeezed together and sweating. Mom, it's like they were in the mikveh, they were so wet. And some of them were holding bottles of water in their hands. But they couldn't hold it like this because there wasn't place for their arm. Because the other one was squeezing it. So they held it above their heads. I don't know how they could hold their arms the whole time like this. Now, and
this has a Kohanim on Yovim Norim. Yes, all this has 20 minutes there.
When they sing.
When they sing.
Oh. So and then I saw them come finishing the tish. I saw the end, and they come out wet. They take off their touring clothes and they put on their Shabbos, their nice Shabbos baggages. Now, what do they get out of it? I couldn't do it. It's not mine. I don't know if it would do anything to me, but it probably. I don't know how much they're aware of it. I mean, it's like everything else. It becomes a way of life, so you forget where you came from, where you started out from. It's just a way. But I think it's meant, let's say at least, to give you the feeling that you're standing in front of a tzaddik and you're making an effort to stand there. And he definitely was a tzaddik, the basis. You can't. He was a kadosh alien. I mean, I don't have to start telling stories right now, but he definitely was. So in fact, I noticed, like, I go sometimes, I talk sometimes to one, and there's a Ger Chassid here, Moshe Mendelssohn. And I used to go ask him, Shabbos, usually Arba Minim, I go ask him. He's on hook, and he knows Orach Chaim, and you're there clear. Hilchos Avei was also a guy, I saw somebody once asking. He knows. But there's a certain kind of anivis. It's not like to put on an anivis. It's not like you have to say these boom kind of things. It's a very natural kind of anivis, you know.
Well, in Lashon of Kaplan, there's the tzaddik type and the tzaddik, what you say.
Right. Oh, that's very good. So here it's not I'm not talking about being a tzaddik. I'm talking about a onof. There's the onof type and there's the onof. It's just very natural. Like what else? I asked him once, a few days before Sukkot, did you have time to look at these few esrogim? So he said, well, what was time made for if not to help people with these problems? And he said it in a very natural way, like, you know what, let me be a big tzaddik and give you some time. Do you know of such a tofah? There's people, they don't use those words, but they convey that message in their body language and in the way they talk. I know somebody, they talk about Emunah quite often, and his whole signon is, I'll teach you Emunah. You people are lower than me. I'll teach you Emunah so that you'll really be frum, and you'll be able to reach what I reached. I know somebody who talks like that. Of course, he's not going to admit it, but there is some has that signon. Then there's the Mashal Reb Tzimmer. He talks, we'll be mischazik together. Let's be mischazik together. It's a lashon that he uses. So I think that he's kashrus to a tzaddik means that. It means he's spotless to something that's higher than you. Now, I read a story about Rab Goldel Eisner. You heard of him?
Yeah.
From the very Chatzar Chassidim. Reb Tzimmer once mentioned him. So he said he was a yid that tzaddikim were made on him, that he went through the whole 5 years of the war and he stayed sholem. He stayed pure. Which is, we don't understand what that means because we don't have any idea of what was over there. He went, you know what he said, in the concentration camps, he said to somebody, don't think soon we'll be freed. You think the whole world is going to come and be makabel us with open arms. Oh, you went through so much. Yeah, here we'll give you, we'll pay you back. It's not going to be like that. The world is still not going to look at us. Anyway, but he used to talk about Emunah, about Ein Od Milvado, so he used to bring examples how the German was beating, and the Yid stays Ein Od Milvado, nothing else. He wasn't talking dafka about himself, he was talking about the Yid. Anyway, so he said once, I remember a little story, this mamish, a small story, that he went into the Rebbe once, it was the Leib Simcha, he went into, he talked, and then when he went out, so the Rebbe pointed like, this is the way you go out. I don't know why, don't ask me why he pointed or what. could be maybe there were two doors they pointed he got from there. Or maybe he was confused. He had pachan from the Rebbe, so he forgot how you go out, so he pointed like this, you go out from there. So he said in Yiddish, the Rebbe had mir gewiesen a Weg. The Rebbe showed me a way of life. Kilo like these, and I don't know. I mean, it could be it was a sichas chulin. You don't have to say that he said it. He meant to make a shtickle Torah about the Rebbe's tenua. It was a sichas chulin, maybe it was a very serious comment. I don't know, but the pshat is like this: that when you're misbattled to somebody, these battles makes that you look at him as a holy man. If he made a tenua with his hand, there's nothing small. It's like the famous line that we always say over from the Sipur Maises in the first story. That they came in, they said, what's important over here? So they said, everything is important over here. So the pshat is a holy man. He moved his hand like this. So there's something lies in it. It's not just showing the way out. It's showing a derech in life. It's the kedusha. Where you have kedusha, there aren't any small things. So now, this is what it means. His kashrus to tzaddik. Now, I would say that his kashrus to a tzaddik means being aware of this. He's batless to something that's higher than you. Now, I once heard from Rabbi Yisrael Schneider that he says finding the tzaddik or being misbattled to the tzaddik or the whole concept of tzaddik is the nekuda tova within you. V'amich kulam tzaddikim, it says. Find the pure part that's in you. That's the tzaddik. That means, what am I? Who am I? I have in me a neshama, elokai neshama shenosat b'taharahi. I have in me a chelik elokamima. I'm not a cat that goes in garbage can. It says in pasuk, ha'amunim alei in eicha, ha'amunim alei tola chibku ashpatus. Those that were used to wearing royal clothing, they came to a situation where they hugged the garbage can. You know what that means nowadays? What do you think it means? It means sitting on the bus with an iPhone. Chibku ashpatus, and I heard this from Reb Tzimmer, it's not my own. He says, he didn't say the word iPhone, but he said in general, like reading newspapers, I have to be mad. When I go to be Mavarke Chalba, it's like I also turn pages of the newspaper with a certain sakranut. How do you say that? Curiosity. To want to know, want to see what's there. Maybe there's something juicy over there. It's mamish chibku ashpatus. It's hugging the garbage can. That's what it is. So why did I bring this up? So the pshat is like this, and it comes a time that a person gets so used to the chibku ashpat that he thinks that's what I am, and it doesn't mean only those with iPhones on the buses. It's also sitting around and talking the yeshivish lashon hara and dvarim betelim, and sitting around and talking about gedolim and about eights and the eights and what's the other one called? And Degel and AIDS and this one, that one, and analyzing this and that, and especially what politics. It's all chibku ashpatus, and you get used to it, that you forget that there's more to me than that. And I think it's very important. A person should sit bichlal. You have to make time to think, just to sit down and ask, who am I, what am I? You can learn and forget who you are. And forget what you... Just a person should just remind himself, I have a neshama, a pure neshama inside of me. I've done it a few times, and I felt good. I felt good about thinking this. I am a neshama that's tahara and that's connected to way above in the Nefesh HaChaim.
Rabbi Kaplan.